Hello. In today's video, we're going to take a look at how to connect Crimson to the cloud in just under a few minutes. Let's head on over.
So now that we're inside Crimson, we need to head up to the top left corner and select File, New. As you can see, a pop-up appears with all the devices that you can set up using the Crimson software. I'm using a FlexEdge DA70, so I'm going to leave that selected. I'm also going to select the Auto Detect button in the corner so that I can get the exact sleds that are fitted to my device. Then I'll select OK to configure the device. Now that that's done, we can head down to Data Tags in the navigation pane. Here, I'm going to create 4 new tags. And my last tag, I'm going to rename Status. Now that I've done that, I can head down to the display page in the navigation pane. I'm going to get rid of Hello World, and then in the resource pane on the right, I'm going to head down to Data Tags and grab those 4 tags I just created and drag them on my screen. I can also rearrange or resize them however I'd like. For tag 3, I want to make this a data entry tag, so I'm going to right click, go under Data, and select Data Entry. Then somewhere in the free space, I'm going to right click and select Properties. Once here, I'll select the Actions tab, and then on tick, I'll put in tag 1++, and then on update, I'm going to put in tag 2++. Then I'll select OK to save my settings. After that, I'm going to head back to the navigation pane and select Web Server. Here, I want to make sure that my transport protocol is TLS, and then I can head to the Features tab. I'm going to want to enable remote control so that we're able to make changes in a remote environment. Once that's done, we can head over to Communications. I'm using the Ubidots MQTT to hook up to the cloud, but as you can see, there are plenty of other options. So I'll select the Ubidots MQTT and enable the agent. Then I'll need to give my device a name, so we'll say, "This device rocks." And then I need to set my status, so I'm going to head back over to the resource pane and navigate to Data Tags, and then grab my status tag and put it in that box. Now the last thing I need to do is get the access token, which I can get from Ubidots, so let's head over there. To get our access token from Ubidots, we'll head to the drop-down menu in the top right corner and select API Credentials. We can then select the clipboard next to Default Token to copy the token. Now that we have the access token copied, let's head back over to Crimson. Let's paste that token we just copied into the access token section, and then we can head up to the Network tab. We're going to want to make sure that our transport protocol is also TLS here, and then we can head to tag set 1. On the resource pane, we're going to want to navigate to Data Tags, and then grab those 4 tags like we did earlier and drag them into our Contents section. So now that we've configured our device, created new data tags, and set up our display page, web server, and communications, the last thing we need to do is select Link Send to send all the information to our device. Next, we're going to check out the remote web server, so let's head over there. I've now opened a new tab, and in the search bar I typed HTTPS followed by the IP address for the FlexEdge device I'm using. When I select Enter, it will take us to the remote web server. Here we can look at a remote view of our device. And as you can see, here's the 4 tags we set up earlier. Keep in mind that tag 3 was a data entry tag, but we'll come back to that. Let's take a look at Ubidots to see if our new device is set up. So once in Ubidots, we'll select the Devices drop-down and select Devices. And look at that, here's our device. This device rocks, so let's select in there. And as we can see, we're connected, we have our status, and we have our tag 1 and tag 2. And look at tag 3, it's currently 0, so let's head back over to our web server. We'll select tag 3, and we'll change this to 50. Now, when we head it back over to Ubidots and refresh the page, we can see that our tag 3 is now 50 as well.
And that is how you connect Redlion's 3.2 Crimson software to the cloud in just under a few minutes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.